All right, we are live now. So let me get the. Let me get the. Let me get the. Let me get the. All right. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever that you are watching us from. You are welcome to Tool
All right.
Talk
So, good
podcast.
evening.
And in this podcast, we talk about everything concerning graphic designing. We talk about everything concerning tech related. And so, if you are watching us, all we can say is thank you and welcome. And I believe that by the end of this section, you are going to learn a lot. Please don't forget that if you have a question, you can drop in the comment section or the comment chat, and our host will be very glad to answer them. My name is Edward Amoako, and in today's topic, we'll be talking about the future of graphic designer and AI. Yeah, so I want to introduce my boss. Also, he's my mentor. He has been the one guiding me in this journey for some years now. He's Daniel Alorbu, if I get the name right. This time around, I'll pronounce it very well. Daniel Alorbu. He's a graphic designer, a creative designer, a consultant, and also a YouTuber as well. So you're welcome, Mr. Daniel, to my channel. We are glad to have you. Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, please. I can hear you.
All right. I think the network was a bit slow there.
Mm,
So, yeah.
okay. So please, if you can hear us, drop in the comment section that I can hear you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Daniel, just as I said, you are welcome once again.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So today we are going to have a chat or a conversation. It's going to be a difference of either a lecture or a discussion as well. So whichever way that you want us to flow, I just want us to flow. Okay. I don't want it to be like I'll be doing the questioning as well. Once those watching us also drop a question, we will just go to the comment section and answer them. Okay. So you can introduce yourself. I have done my introduction. I don't know if you can take a minute to introduce yourself as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And then I think you've done a good job with the introduction, and there's not much to say about that. Just to
Okay.
add up, or just to clarify, my name is Daniel Alorbu, and then
Okay.
I'm a visual designer and a design consultant. I'm also into I'm very heavy in the church media space, and also very heavy on content creation, video content creation.
mm, mm.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
all right. Thank you for that. So, the first question, we want it to be a question form, and so the first question we want to ask you is, I don't know whether you also had the chance to learn it from somebody or you learn it yourself. What does Jenny be like as a graphic designer?
I think the network didn't help me there, but if I get you clearly, you're asking about my journey. Is that right?
Yes, your journey.
Yeah, I think for those of you who were able to join, I think we had this session last year. So for those of you who were able to join last year, we
Mm,
talked a little bit about that. I've
okay.
been in the media space, not just graphic design, but in the media space
Okay.
since 2014, 2013, 2014. But I think I
Okay.
took it more serious around 2015, 2016. So just a little bit over 10 years. I've been
Wow.
into design. I've been into design, um, videos, graphics, basically anything you can think of. But one thing I'm not very good at, I didn't get opportunity to learn, or not opportunity to learn, but I didn't go deeper into is photography. But aside photography, basically anything you can think of in the media space. I've been working in these spaces for a little bit over these 10 years, from sound to yeah, and then motion graphics to still graphics to video editing and a whole lot of other things. Yeah. So I think we are going to hear more as we go more into the conversation. But that is a little bit about my journey so far.
Mm. All right, thank you, thank you. So, you see, nowadays there has been a controversy. Let me put it that way. There has been this um this controversy or charts of graphic designers. Their work is at risk, and designers are saying AI is here to take the job. AI is here to, basically everything. So, what do you think of the AI? I mean, the rise space as a graphic designer. Is AI truly here to take our job? Is it here to make our job easy? And what has AI been of help to you and also to the graphic design industry as a whole?
Okay. I mean, when we talk about AI, I'm not sure it's new to anybody on this live stream. If it's new to you over the last 4 or 5 years in the world. So AI is artificial intelligence, basically. And before it became very popular, it was already in existence. Just that people, it was not fully fledged and it was not open to the public to use, right? So it was already in existence. For a doorbell to sense you and send a signal to your light to turn on, sensors and other gadgets have been around. So artificial intelligence in its basic core has been around for a long while. So if it would take our jobs, then I'm sure that it has already taken some already. So it's not like now that we are coming to be scared about the whole thing. So I think I would like to take us back a bit, right? Um, as because I think most of us here are graphic designers. So in some years back, a lot of years back, we had artists or painters who paint on cloth. I'm sure people still do it around in Ghana, but other countries, I'm not sure you will still find it. There's a piece of cloth, then you find people writing on it with paint and brush. They will write on it whatever they want to publicize. Now you see it with Novdeck, receipt exams, those kind of things. I don't know why they still use those cloth. I think it's iconic. That is what people used to do as graphic designers. They will basically use paint and brush to write on a cloth, then they will hang it somewhere. Then came the use of softwares like Photoshop. And then you can now sit home just with a computer, do the same thing they are doing with the paint and brush, but even more simple and faster. That time, those paint and brush people would think that, okay, this new tech is coming to take our job. If you were a paint and brush person, the best thing you could have done is to just learn how to use the software and transfer the knowledge you have with a paint and brush, brushing on a cloth into the computer or the PC you are using. Learn the software, do the same thing in the computer. But those who were able to adapt, learn, moved on with the new technology, softwares, and all that. But those who were not able to learn and still stuck to, how do you call it, paint and brush, probably, not probably, it's likely they all lost their jobs to this new tech. It is kind of like the same wave. This, by the way, this thing has happened in a lot of spaces, in the radio space, in the TV space, in the drone tech. There used to be pilot and cameraman going. I'm sure you've seen this meme going around. A pilot and a cameraman, they'll be up in the sky taking aerial shots, but now you can be on ground just with a VR headset, send a drone up there and then take your shot. So all these things are kind of like similar in this tech space. And AI is not something really new like that. It's not like it's coming to take our job. It is like a wave of upgrade and new tech, just like other things. So AI in itself, even though it looks like more powerful than past technology, that is why people are scared. But I'm sure that when you come back to this earth in 200 years' time, that conversation will not be in existence. Those people that time will not even be scared that what is AI? Is it coming to take my job? And all these kind of fears that we have now. But one thing I want to make clear is that AI in itself is very young. I think it's 2022 that it was open to the public. 2022 till now is like 4 years. AI is very young, but it looks promising, right? On its own, it cannot do much. If you are able to think, learn, adapt, and add it to you, so like you get AI plus designer added, you become a great force. You become like a powerful, I don't know how to put, like a powerful hub of creativity that almost nothing is impossible to do as a creative. But if you are scared of it, that people or AI is coming to take away your job as a graphic designer, then you don't know where you're standing. You don't know what you do. You don't know graphic design. You are not a creative. Let me make this last example, then maybe we can move on. Imagine you as a designer, you as a creative, if you are given a tool like maybe Gemini, and somebody who is not a designer, a normal person, is given the same tool, Gemini, as a design to design something. Because you are a designer, it is more likely that you come up with a very good product or end result than somebody who is just a normal person. Even though normal people try to prompt in AI, okay, I need this, blah, 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 blah. But when you are a creative, you can add your focal length, you can add your layout, you can add your color scheme, the color code, the hex code. You can add a whole lot of things to give accuracy to whatever the AI is producing. So I'm just making this point to say that your creativity, a designer plus AI, makes you too much of a creative. And that is a kind of mindset shifts I'm trying to push, that we should have as creatives, not to be afraid that AI is not taking anybody's job. It only takes people who are not adapting, who are not learning, who are not improving. It only takes those kind of people their jobs. It might seem that you're a great designer and then somebody can just do probably almost equal design with AI, and so therefore they will not come to you for you to design anything. That is how it seems. But if you are, as I said, if you are very creative enough, no lay person can use AI to beat you. So that is my take on AI versus designers. That AI is taking our jobs. AI is not taking our jobs. So I just want us to have this mindset shift about AI and whether it's taking our jobs or not. Yeah. So that is what I would just say about that. I think Eddie is offline, right? Yeah. Well, I think I will just have to carry on until he comes online. So excuse me if you hear noises at the background. I mean, kids are around playing. So so what I would like to add again is that AI has strengths, right? Just to explain the point better, AI has strength and weaknesses, but it is up to the designer to bring out the weakness or the strength out of the AI tool. So, in itself, it cannot take your job entirely. It is not capable of taking your job now. As I'm saying, it is very young now. It is very young now.
Okay.
So, it cannot take your job. It is you plus AI becoming a very powerful creative hub rather than just thinking that AI can do everything. So I think Eddie is back. So I'll just hand it over to him. Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to ask a question that you see, I don't know of late, even graphic designers, some of them, because you will see companies now, because of some few prompts they put in into ChatGPT or any other AI tool, and they are back getting flyers. And you will see these flyers printed. Some are even billboards, posters. You can barely see that this particular design is being generated or being produced by AI. As me being a graphic designer, I kind of feel, threatened, or I feel like probably this AI has come to take my job. Okay. And what are the question, what are some of the opportunities, job opportunities that I can leverage on with the use of AI? If you can share some of the tools with us, and possibly if you can also share with us some of your practical works that you use AI to come about, so that we'll get to know that, okay, these are some of the opportunities or these are some of the practical ways that you can use AI to do your work, but not generally putting in the prompt and then you are good to go. I don't know if you get it right,
Yeah, I
so that
got
it will be
the
like,
network is, but I got
oh, okay.
like the majority of the question.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. So I think the first one you talk about is seeing people use AI to do
Yeah,
practical work out there,
yeah,
right? So if you're a very good designer, I'm sure now most people hate to see proper or full AI works out there, especially if you're a good designer. When you see AI works, it is easily recognizable, and there is no serious business or serious entity that will use AI for all of its works. When I say all, like A to Z, it is good to use AI for some parts of the project, right? And I think I will be able to share some of the projects I've done recently with AI with you. And one thing you will notice is that it is not entirely AI. It is AI for some parts. So okay, let's just draw the curtains back, right? Before I go on, I see Kessie in the comments. Charlie, shout out to you. Um, let's draw back the curtains to way back. Before you do a design, the designer has to do research, find the right mood for the design, find the resources, the materials needed for this design. And if you want to be a really good designer, this thing can take days. If you want to properly research for maybe a brand design you are doing or whatever run identity design, it can take days to research properly, be able to match up with the client's expectations. Sometimes it will be rejected. You have to go back to the research again. It can take days. It can take days. But if imagine if you are using AI to fast track that process, it means that, and just to point this out, that part is the best part of the work, but it's also the boring part of it, can be the boring part. So what if you allow AI to do that part for you? The research, you don't have to be clicking on different websites and all that. AI will just summarize everything for you, direct you to the best path, maybe suggest a second best path. You submit this to the client, think about it, make changes, get it approved within hours. Now, that is a way I would rather use AI instead of allowing the AI to do the exact or the actual designs for me. It is best that way. As a designer, I always tell myself, if I don't have creative control over the project, then it is not worth. I mean, what is the use of using AI to do the actual work or the project? Then I don't have my own ideas injected into it. Some you can say, okay, you gave your ideas to AI to do the design, but it still doesn't give you the creative control over the project, right? So it is good to use AI in certain aspects of the design. And I'm sure by now, most of us designers here know that the design is not just opening your, excuse me, let me just get water. I think I'm choking. Sorry. I'm sure that by now we all know that the work is not just opening your PC, opening your software, and then dragging things around. Most of the work is done before the actual composition and arranging things, layout on your PC. Yeah. So if you're able to use AI to fast track that process. So now instead of taking a week to design your client's projects, getting it done, you're actually finishing within 2 days because you are using AI to speed up the workflow and get better results instead of the old way. You have to sit down, reference materials from different angles, wait a while, go out to get inspirations, take fresh air, and come back in. I mean, all that process can be cut off if you know how to properly use AI. Now, I think it would be good if I share a practical project with us, and then maybe from there to generate more questions and it can be answered in different directions and it can cover everything. If that is okay with everybody, I think I can get it in the comment section to be sure that everybody understands what I mean and we are good to go. I want to see in the comments if people are okay with the approach, then we can move forward.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, if guys, let's see in the comments if you are okay with that, then we are moving forward. All right, sure. All right. I think I've gotten some approval. So I would open a project to take a while to just share the screen with you.
Mm.
Mark. Okay, yes, I have this project that I did recently. I think most people have seen it. I did a fictional marketing project for Malta Guinness, Ghana. Uh, please give me a minute. I'm trying to open my files and then. All right. So, Eddie, can I share my screen now? All right. I think my screen is up now. Eddie, if you are there, kindly share my screen. Okay. I think they can't see my screen. They only see my face. Right. So whilst we wait for Eddie, let me just explain a little bit backstory of the project. So I have a new personal challenge. So I have a little project that I'm personally doing. I want to create fictional projects at least once a month for some of these big companies we have in Africa, most especially in Ghana, but it cuts across Africa. So I started last month, and one of the companies I started with is Malta Guinness, right? Or Guinness Ghana. So even to arrive on that, I used AI. Eddie is not online to share my screen with you, but I'm trying to find a way to show you the thinking process of how I went through to design, to even approve the design first before even starting the design. So I when I had the idea, I gave it to AI that this is my idea for my design brand. I want to start this for as long as I can. And so these are the concepts I have in mind. I know you understand this as a creative person. So I think that is when AI engineering also comes in, AI prompt engineering. Yeah, my screen is up. It's up to boss Edward to approve or select it for you to see. He has the host control to show what to approve what to show and what not to show. So unless he comes online to show, my screen is up. All right. So um where was I? Yeah, so I had this idea. I was talking about AI prompt engineering, right? So that is when prompt engineering comes in. You need to take your time and understand prompt engineering. Eddie, I think they want to see my screen, so we are waiting for you to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Please give me a few minutes. Oh God. All right. Whilst we wait for the software to boot up, let's talk. So I had this idea. I give the AI a persona to think like a creative person, to think like a photographer, to think like a prompt engineer. And so therefore, once I've given him these bodies to take on, whatever thing I'm going to tell him to do, it does it as if it is a graphic designer with 30 years of experience. He's going to do it as if he's a photographer with millions of years of hours of experience in the head. A lot of other it's like I'm giving the AI guard rails to follow. It should not go out of, you understand? Yeah. So if you understand AI prompts or prompt engineering, you will know why all these things are important. Once I've given that, I think Edward is not helping us, so his network is worrying him, so he can't really enjoy this without not with not seeing my screen. So once I'm able to do that, then I tell it to think like that and help me with this idea that I have. How do I achieve it best? Then it helps me with, Eddie, you are welcome again. It helps me with ideas on which
Thank
companies I
you.
can do, which ones are better, and all that. And it helps me to select. Okay, initially it suggested be a club, but I didn't want to go the alcoholic route. I mean, it's just a personal preference, and so I chose the Malta Guinness. I don't know why. Eddie, can you approve my screen? But I'm trying to share my screen and it's not.
Oh yes, yes, I can approve. Let me do that. Okay, so try to share and then I'll add you.
Okay, yes sir. Give me. I think I have a lot of things open.
Please,
So
please share your thoughts. I mean, so far, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section, and I will show it up to him. We want it to be interactive, okay? So just ask questions concerning AI, any question, and then we'll be glad to answer them.
all right. So I think we are struggling to share the screen, but eventually we'll get it ready. So
Okay.
through that, it's I was able to. Okay, I think I don't even need to. Um, I don't even need to share my entire. I can share the files and then we are good to go. Please, this is a risky thing, but instead of sharing the software, I'm sharing my whole screen, but we are going to work around it. Great. Okay, so this is what I have here, right? Uh, okay, so I use, as you can see, even the file names suggest that it's an AI thing, but I used AI to it generated this one as the first output, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I edited a prompt to give me something better, right? So this is when being a human being comes in. For instance, if you look at this image, nothing, no, like no one will tell you that it is not a real image. For look at the bottle size and look at the hand. Naturally, it doesn't look consistent. The size of the bottle and the size of the hand, it doesn't match. This one's too. Please allow me. Let me finish. This one too is the bottle is too small. So what I'm saying is that if you have the design knowledge, nobody has to tell you that this AI thing that it has spitted is not right. A normal person will say, okay, I'm able to create something with AI, so let's go. But if you're a designer, you understand colors, you understand composition, you understand lights and shadows, layout, and hierarchy, a whole bunch of design principles. And so you know what this thing that the AI is giving me is not good. So eventually, I was able to fine tune the prompt. It gave me other images to use, like this one. It gives me a whole lot of images. These are all with the help of AI. I didn't think of the images to use. I used AI to generate, I think about 8 or 10 shots of pictures for a marketing, whatever, for a product, whatever. And then it was able to generate all these images. Now, let me say something. Most of us are afraid to explain ourselves better, right? If you are using AI, don't be afraid to type like 1,000 words. You don't just be lazy and type, I need a flyer for my birthday. My name is this. This is the picture. This is my age. No, don't be afraid. It's a bad prompt. Be very detailed with the prompt. Be very explosive with the prompt. If you're a photographer and you need a certain shot, be free to express the camera angle, express the length, the lens type, even the camera body you are using, the model, the lighting condition, the time of the day, a lot of petty details that a normal photographer would think about. It will help you come up with a better image than just spitting. I need an image of a lady wearing red holding water Guinness. That will not work. I'm trying to share all these details with you, but because it's a live stream, a lot of things are not in, so it's not able to. I'm not able to share the exact prompt to get this. And so,
Uh,
no matter the platform you're using, it's just good that you, the designer, you have an idea of what is good and what is not good. I think I'll take the first question I'm seeing. Please, about AI prompt engineer, are there specific specific ways to give your commands to do a specific work for you? If yes, what are some of the ways or methods? I think I just talked about one. If you need a picture, Eddie, don't worry, I'll change my screen so that we can go through the exact prompts I use for this picture. Um, I would really Malta Guinness. All right, great. Please forgive me. My kids are playing around, so that one day you have to deal with it. All right, so I used ChatGPT for the image generation, but I used Gemini for the ideation of what exactly to do, what not to do. Please, a minute. Sorry, a minute.
All right. So as he's preparing to come, I can see that most of the time, for me personally, I think that as a designer, you also have to master and learn what we call prompt engineering. I think it's one thing that as a designer we need to learn. It seems most of us we kind of find it very difficult to put in the words to be able to give it to AI for AI to give exactly what we want. Most of the time it's not that we can't generate the image. Now I can say because of AI we'll be able to even come out with images without copyright. You see, at first when AI wasn't all that, active enough, we go to, Google to download images for your work. Sometimes some of the images are licensed, so you can't even use it commercial, especially for brands, big brands. So now that AI is, at its peak, I can say that now it is gradually always, going up. What we are facing as designers is the prompt engineering. I don't know if you can hammer on that, but before then, please answer this question if you are back so that I can share your screen.
Is it my network or Eddie? Is it yours?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
All
Can
right,
you
all
hear
right.
me?
So I'm sharing my screen. So I want to go through the AI. All right, good. So let's go from the top, right? I think before my network or the break, I was saying that I used a lot of tools to come up with what I want. Okay, I used Gemini, Google Gemini, to ideate the whole idea, and I use it to create the prompt that I will give to ChatGPT for the images. So specifically, I use ChatGPT for all the images, and I use um, Gemini for the idea itself. I used Claude for layout and guidelines, basically layout of the whole for every slide of the design I wanted to do. So that is how I use multiple tools to achieve what I want, right? You can see that I still have the control. I don't just spit it out for it to give me one final image. I have the control over every little part of it. So now this image, here is a prompt. It's not too long compared to most of the prompts I write. But here it says a high fashion editorial photography, straight on medium shot. You can see that I'm explaining it. So it's explaining the kind of shots it's looking for. A beautiful Ghanaian girl, because I gave it the impression that I want the design to be relatable to Ghanaians. So I didn't have to mention it again because I said it should be relatable to Ghanaians. It's inserted that Ghanaian girl or Ghanaian woman with a sharp modern Afro style. So it's describing a hairstyle now, wearing a vibrant crimson red tailored blazer. So that's the dress. She's sitting on an entirely monochromatic. If you're not a designer, how would you know monochromatic? If you are not into the design space, how will you know monochromatic? Monochromatic is just basically one shade of color but different light values. Entirely monochromatic, matte, yellow, minimalistic, whatever. She's holding a cold, sweating Malta Guinness glass bottle. Sharp. You see, it is giving the details of the shot. It's giving the shadows. It's giving the style. the resolutions, the aspect ratio. It's like a whole lot of things. These are things you should pay attention to when you are generating your images. You don't just, so like a normal person will write a girl holding Malta Guinness bottle, wearing red shirt, sitting on a yellow couch in a yellow room. It will give you a whole different image. But this one, I've described the shots, the style, the composition, the whether it's a close up, a medium shot, or a wide shot. It explains a whole lot. So this is what it gave me. Even that I didn't like it. So this one, this very image was created by a different AI. It's called Pipit. It's an AI tool by CapCut. I used it to generate the first one. I didn't like it, so I brought it into ChatGPT as a reference for it to look at it because I liked something about it. I think the bottle was more sweaty than you see like drinks advert there should the bottle should be sweating and the water dripping and all that. So I like that part of it. So I wanted it to change the bottle she's holding to Malta Guinness and then upscale the image. Again, if you're not a designer, how will you know upscale? So being a designer it's an upper hand when you're using AI. You understand? So when I did that, I think I didn't like the shot it gave me. I didn't like it at all. And then this is another shot that um this is crazy. This is another shot generated by AI. So basically all the images you see in what I'm scrolling, they are all generated by AI. This one, the face looked stretched. So in designing, I fixed it myself. I didn't ask the AI to fix it because I knew that if I asked AI to fix the face that is stretched, as a from the head to the chin is stretched up a bit. I did it myself manually in editing instead of asking the AI to do it because we will go back and forth. So basically, to answer your question, be very detailed with your prompt. Be very detailed, as detailed as you can. Explain every little thing. Explain every little thing. Ask if you don't want AI is not good at text. But if you are, it's not that it's not good at text. If you explain it very well, it can get the text and will not make any mistake. It will write all the text clearly and visible. Like you can see in the Malta Guinness can here. All the words are visible and they are readable because I actually mentioned when I was giving it the guidelines for everything I will do to not mess up the test, right? So I think I've answered your question even more than enough. So the next, please, my question is, how can we prompt AI for our designs? I think all these questions are related, right? So I don't have to. Eddie, am I right? I don't have to repeat myself all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
we need to be more of, it seems most of we the designers we lack. I think we like the words, putting in the words to be able to come out with exactly what you want. Sometimes
Then
whatever that
let's
you
do
want,
some right
it
now.
is in your head. But putting them together, putting the words together, the detailed, to be able to, come out with exactly what you want is the problem. I think that is what he is asking. How can
I
I
think
prompt?
we
How
can
can
do
I
some
prompt?
right now. We can.
I don't know if I don't know whether it's a course on its own or something.
Okay, so um, let me just explain something. AI prompt engineering is a course you can find and do. You don't need to do the course to understand it, but if you do it, it will help you. I have had courses on Google courses on AI prompt engineering. I've watched thousands of videos about AI prompt engineering. So as I stand here, I understand the concept of AI prompt engineering. Not to say that I know all, because I every day I still watch videos on all the things I need to learn. So it is a starting point. If you want to understand, you can watch courses. It's most of them are even free. You can get some on YouTube and do it. Another thing I want to mention is that truth. This is the truth. I've used the free versions of AI since it came 2022. What am I saying? 2022. Yeah. I've used the free versions for all these whiles and they were great. But until recently, I paid for ChatGPT Plus, I realized that there is a lot behind the paywall, right? That, I mean, if you think about it carefully, if you are the company, would you give the best to the people who are not paying you? You will give it to the people who are paying you. So just think of it like that. So it is more advanced. Honestly, it is more advanced. Aside the limitations of number of images you can create a day and all that, the paid versions are able to think better, understand better, and give you the best, even give you more than you were expecting. Yeah, so that is something I want to add before we move on, because sometimes you will try and you tell me that it is not exactly the same, right? So that out of the way, let's pick something practical and then let's all see how it works, right? Let's think of a concept. Eddie, can you give us an idea of maybe let's do a church flyer or
So let's try.
yeah.
Let's try on that. Let's try. Let's try on that.
Okay, so a theme for the flyer. Let's get an illustration, basically an image to be dominant
Okay.
in the poster. Yeah,
Okay.
a theme, any theme.
Or let's make it maybe a prophetic encounter.
Prophetic encounter. All right. So prophetic encounter. As a graphic designer, can we all put in the comment section what comes to mind when you hear prophetic encounter? I
Okay.
picture the Holy Spirit. I picture a very strong move. I picture an eagle. Sometimes people use eagle to represent the Holy Spirit, like prophetic, and I picture a very charged atmosphere of a church building where like encounters are happening and all that. I picture church, I picture God, I picture Jesus, I picture all these things, right? But we can't put all these images in one. So um I would like to really share my entire screen, but I'm afraid to leak personal details online. So that would really help though. Eddie, let me try that, please. Yes, so a picture of a dove, a clouds, angels, fiery clouds. Yes, I like these things. Cassie, you are a boss. So why? What are you doing here? Well, so these things comes to mind. Eddie, let me share my entire screen so that
Okay. All right.
uh
That's fine.
it's not it's I have to be very careful though. But so first of all, the first thing I do is to go to Pinterest. At first, I didn't like Pinterest. I hope you can all see my screen. I didn't like Pinterest at all, but recently I think that it gives me ideas on what direction other designers are thinking of, right? Before I even do anything. So prophetic encounter. But one thing I also do, I learned it from one of my bosses, my mentors. I learned from. I'll mention his name later. If I mention it now, you start going and search. You start to search about here. You forget about this live stream. He told me, or he has told all of us, that even if you use a Google image, don't let it be obvious that somebody will look at it and just Google it online and find the same image. It is a bad habit of a graphic designer. So I'm saying that to say that every inspiration I get here, I won't use exactly the same thing. It's just an inspiration to spark ideas of how things can go, right? Okay, so divine encounters, prophetic encounters, the ones that have strong illustrations. You can see this one has an eagle. I hope you guys can see my screen because I can't actually see the comments and things again. So if you can see, let me know. So you can see that some of these ideas have eagle as prophetic Sunday, blah blah blah. Yeah, and these ones have a congregation with their hands raised to signify a charged atmosphere, as I mentioned. You can see a hand descending rather from heaven, trying to touch a human being on a mountain. You see, when you know your Bible well, when Moses wanted to hear God directly, he went up to the mountain where God directed him, and that's when he was able to meet with God and then brought back the instructions from God. So like kind of a biblical representation of how an encounter will look like. If even written here AI modified, so you can see AI is already doing these things. So these are all things that represent what encounter. I like this one. Let me tell you the reason why I like these ones. When people talk about, when you look at most flyers, the conventional ones are too obvious. The things you would imagine people use are too obvious. Church people with hands raised, other specific things, and they are too common. One of the things you would like your designs to have is uniqueness, and it should be very great to the point that there is no, it's like it's not common in the system. It's like the idea is coming from you. So I'm getting this idea, but I'm even not going to use this idea. Looking at all these images, you can say that one of the people who had encounters with Jesus in the Bible is the person who touched the hem of Jesus's garment, right? Honestly, this wouldn't have come to mind if I have not seen this image. Because, as I said, we are here for inspirations. We are here to spark our brains to know the direction to go, what not to go, and all that. So, this thing has sparked the hem, the hem of his garment. Now, let's search for the hem of Jesus' garment to get the exact scripture, right? Matthew 9:20 to 22. All right. So now this is where I'll use AI to generate something. But before then, I'll copy this image, come to ChatGPT and paste it to serve as a reference, right? To serve as a reference. Now, I don't know if I can magnify my screen for you to see what I'll type, because if I start to type, it will be small. Eddie, what do you think? If there's a way, please do, so that everybody can see what I'm typing. So I'm going to type
I think you can
everything
see.
they can see, right? I'm going to type everything I
Yeah.
have in mind to depict
Okay.
the hem of Jesus' garment and all that. All right. So even before that, let's go back to Gemini. I like Gemini because it is mostly very detailed and somehow accurate when it comes to prompt engineering. So Gemini. Okay, I need to generate. If I type wrong, forgive me. Yeah, I understand. I need to generate an image or illustration for a graphic work for a church on prophetic encounter. I'll paste what I copied, the image, yeah. So that is one. The attached image is a reference I found online. Speak to it like it's a human being, right? Don't think too much. Just speak to it like it's a friend you are speaking to. The attachment is a reference I found online, and it sparked an inspiration to use. I think I can talk for it to type instead of typing. Yeah, I'm tired though. To use a reference image from Mark chapter 9, verse 20 to 22. It talks about the somebody touching Jesus's hem of his garment and then received healing or whatever, an encounter, prophetic something, something. So what I need you to do is that I need to generate an image of that encounter where somebody is touching the hem of Jesus's garment. And to do that, I will need a very detailed prompt of this illustration. I need you to think like an AI expert, a very well experienced AI engine, prompt engineering with 10 years of experience. Also, I need you to think like a photographer who has done his job for over 15 years, who understand light and shadow, depth of field, perspective, and all that. And based on that, generate a very detailed prompt that I can give to ChatGPT to create this image for this illustration. Don't go overboard. Make it look natural. Let it look realistic. Let it look like the way human beings see things. Don't hallucinate. Don't think overboard. Don't do anything that is not natural. All right, so you can see that I just talk plenty and it has added all these things. So it will just spit out some of the things I said are not accurate, but it understands the concept, what I'm thinking about. So it will give me a prompt. Rather, it's creating an image. So I can cancel it and say, I need a prompt to generate this image, rather, not the image itself. But this image no be bad though. Just that it looks too cartoonish and AI-ish. So I need a prompt to generate this image, rather, not the image itself. Nothing less than 2,000 words. Eddie, can you confirm if everybody can hear me? Because I still cannot see anybody. I'm just talking and hoping that everybody hears me.
Yes, yes, yes. They
All
can
right.
hear you very well. So
All right.
somebody, I
So
think Eugene Opoku wrote that, yes, please, it's clear. That one, I think it was in reference to whether they can see. Yeah.
okay, great, great, great.
So
So
please,
now
you
we have
can
the
make it interactive. If you can hear us, let us know. Okay, and then ask your questions as well. Thank you.
all right. So let's go back. So this is the prompt it has given us. So it has broken it down into sections: lighting, atmospheres, whatever, whatever, camera lens, optics, blah blah blah. So it has broken the whole thing into different whatever. So I'll just copy everything. I like ChatGPT because it is good with images that looks more real and I think I didn't copy this part. All right, so copy, come back to ChatGPT, and then I'll say the attached image is just a reference. Ignore it if you don't need it, right? Then I'll paste my prompt that I copied from Gemini. Then I'll add my little touches. Let it look like a modern photograph taken in 2026. Oh no, we need that old vibes, right? Taken in 2026 style, but the era should be biblical era. The mistakes there to correct it. I wanted to okay. It should be sharp and clear where needed. Let's see what it will come up with. Sometimes you don't get it right in the first instance, but I mean, let's see. I'm hoping that this one will come out really good. So this is what I was explaining by having a creative control. If you psych your mind that it is too much work, then your designs will be there's a word. Your designs will be amateur. Yes, it seem amateur. There are a lot of designs I've done with AI, but when I tell you it is AI, you will easily not believe because of the time I spent with generating the right prompt, the right image, adding the finishing tactics and all that. So it is great. I like it, but the sun is too shining. The sun is too much. Let the sun be out of frame, but its effect and glow be on the subjects. All right. So these are changes I'm making to the final image. I like the style of the image, but the sun is too much. It will not work with our design, right? So don't worry. If it's delaying, it's not me, it's the internet. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Whilst it's doing that, let me just open Photoshop and then let's go with this one. Social media style. Let's check back on our image. All right. So you see that you can still feel the image. You can still feel the sun reflecting on the bodies and the shirts, but you can't see the actual sun. So that is what I was looking for. So we are going to save it. Where? Into our downloads. All right. All right, so let's add. Maybe we can come back to ChatGPT, but for now, let me. Where's my downloads? Jesus Christ. All right, so you can see that now I have my image for my design. Mostly, I do heavy work with images. Like this is personal preference. This part is just personal. It's not AI matter. But you can see that if this is what I'm using for my design, I can get the exact illustration for the design I want to do, and then it works very well. Everybody who is a Christian know that at the touch of Jesus's garment, there was an encounter. You understand? It will not be the normal, regular, blah, 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 and all that. So from here, you can add, if you want to boost the colors, you can boost. If you want to add touches to make it feel natural, you can do. If you want to add more blur, you can do. If you want to, I mean, all the plenty things you can do, you can do. So I think that is more about the image generation. Anything anybody wants to know? I mean, I don't want us to go it on with the design because I know the design, most of you can do it already. It's just the AI parts that um, I just wanted to show you. So anything else? Any question? All right. So if there's no question, let me just add. I've said it in the beginning that AI, it says AI plus design or the designer, and then it is a very good tool. But if it becomes just, we've already done 1 hour, if it becomes just the AI, okay, let's try AI alone without going through the hassle of prompt and blah, blah, blah. Let's just create a new chart to say, I need an image. You see, I can't even try to be simple because I've done this AI prompt engineering thing. I can't even try to type simple, but I'm trying. I need an image of the lady in the Bible touching Jesus's garment. If it gets this right, I'll be surprised. And I think that these days, if my account lands on my previous example, so it understands the direction I want. So sometimes it can add up to the prompt, even if it's the simplest prompt you give, right? So I hope it doesn't do that. Can you prompt the AI to design for you? They open it in Photoshop, then try to edit some part. The the best thing the AI can do is that it will give you a flat image. And then if you want to adjust and edit certain parts in Photoshop, you can do. But using AI to, okay, so you see, even the camera angle, I don't like it. It's like Jesus is walking towards the other direction. The other one makes it feel like the woman is chasing Jesus for an encounter. The other one from Jesus's back. So this one is raw. The lighting is flat. Everything is flat. There's no proper depth. I mean, it's not bad. It is good, but comparing to the other one feels more cinematic, more like a thoughtful product of a good photographer. If if you get it, I mean, I'm sure you get it. So last back to your question. I think I've cleared the part of the simple prompt and detailed prompt. You can see the difference. So back to your question, can you prompt the AI to design for you and then open? So can we try that? Okay. I need to design a church. You see, even this one, I'll type plenty because a church flyer with title prophetic encounter. Use the image generated earlier as illustration. Let me use the language that some clients use. It should be catchy. It should be. Should,
That one there, it's very, very important. It should be catchy. They want it to be so catchy and beautiful, stand out. These are some of the words.
so when I typed, it gave me a direction of how I should go about the design. Let me tell it, I don't need that. I need the image file for the design. So he's sketching it out. Let's see what it will come up with. And let's see how we can edit. But I don't want to, if I will do this and edit it in Photoshop, then why don't I get the image raw and edit it myself in Photoshop instead of like I don't know whether I'm explaining myself well. If I was still open this in Photoshop, then why not getting the raw image or illustration, then add text? Because I said earlier that designing, the difficult part is getting the inspiration, the idea, the layout, but adding text, adding color is everybody can do. You can teach a kid to even do it. But the real work is the ideation of the final product you want to output. Yeah. So whilst you're waiting for this flyer to come out, let's see question. In prompt engineering or generation, is it always necessary to ask AI itself to help with the choice of words, like you did with Gemini, or you can use your own words and still get your desired work? This is a nice question. I like it because initially I would like to explain myself better, right? But I realized that AI has been trained a certain way. So if you don't use certain technical terms, it will give you generic output or result, like normal, nothing special. But if you give it the right words, like in photography, there are keywords that only photographers will understand. So if you say aspect ratio, AI should understand aspect ratio. You can't be saying the height is 5 centimeters and the weight is whatever. If you just say aspect ratio fall by this, it works better. So this is crap. I can't believe I'm saying this. So you can already see that this is what is going around these days. Everybody's design looks the same, right? Everybody's design look exactly the same because of this kind of things. How would touching I know he's trying to be dramatic, but how would touching a shirt spark fire? Naturally, how will it spark fire? I know it's just design and art. Art is dynamic and all that, but this one is not. I mean, come on. I like that it gets the reflection of the image, and it's nice. But I mean, this is not something I would do professionally for somebody. Yeah. So the person who asks for us to use this, even if you want to edit this in Photoshop, it will be hard because there's a lot of information. There's no hierarchy. There is no how do you call it, unity in the design. It's like everything is everywhere. You understand? This is not proper. It cannot be proper. Okay, so just to top up all this up, I think we'll go ahead. Should we go ahead and finish the design, the image we did, so that we can compare the two results and see? Because I think that would solve the question of AI better than a designer or not. And yeah, so back to your question, I think getting the AI to help you with the prompt, I've learned that that route is better because sometimes you can you can explain and then you forget about lighting, you can forget about composition, you can forget about something key you should have put in the image. But if you tell AI to do it for you, it will not forget about other key aspects of making an image better. You understand? So, for instance, the one we did, I didn't talk about lighting, I didn't talk about the focal length, camera composition, but it thought of all these things when it was generating the prompt for me because I gave it specifications for it to act as a photographer because a normal photographer would think about all these things. That is why I find it good to use AI to generate the prompt for you. So you use the prompt to generate if it's an image. It's not only image. It's okay. We are talking about images and things because we are graphic designers, but I'm sure all of you know that AI is more than just images. So yeah, that is what I find personally based on all these years I've been using this thing. So my problem is the prompt, how to go about it. Sometimes AI will not give you what you want. That is why you need to understand AI prompt engineering. It is Please give me a moment. I'll be back.
Hi guys. Now you can see that it's almost night, and yeah, I believe that we are learning a lot. Yeah, I can see we are really, really learning a lot. Personally, there are so many things that I am learning from this. Sometimes, I mean, it becomes very hard for you to come up with your, especially prompts. So you can use AI itself to come out with your own prompt. Okay. Yes, and I think that it will be better you use voice notes so that you flow, you come out, say whatever that
Right.
you wish, so that it will generate the prompt for you. Whatever that it's in your mind, tell AI, and I think AI would just give you the prompt, and then you send it to either ChatGPT or any AI tool that you think of. Yeah, and let me add this. I think it will be better we invest into AI. For example, not always using the free version of it. Okay, it will be better you pay at least $5 a month, or I don't know, but particularly I think that it will be better if you want good results. If you mean business, just pay and get the premium. That one you will get whatever result that you want. Okay, and that is why graphic designing is expensive these days. Okay, if you mean the job and you really know what you want, I think buying ChatGPT plus, paying for it for the subscription part so that you be able to use it in your, I mean, in your favor. I think that that's a good call. Okay, so you can carry on from here, sir.
All right. Sorry, I went on a short break. So that is it. We just speed run this, and then it's not any complicated design. Just to finalize everything, we've done 1 hour 12 minutes. That's crazy. It's getting dark, so we'll finish this quickly. So I think what Eddie have said is very important, but not to say that you can't do design without investing in AI. You can do design, but if you are if you want to be very productive, not just with design but in your, even you see, let me just this one is just by the way, most of us, because we are uh, beginners, I will tell you this: don't focus on only the skill and ignore the business part of it. You will lose in the long run. Whilst you are honing and perfecting your skill, learn the business part of it: how to get clients, how to talk to a client, how to get more recommendations from a client, how to satisfy a client, how to deal with a client. Does this client need a contract form? Should I start with a contract form? How much should I charge? Learn all these things. Don't just focus on the design part. If not, Obabaka, excuse me for those who don't understand you be at a loss, right? Because, right, my internet, because it will not be nice if you know all you know and then you can't really come up with any proper design, like any proper life out of it, right? So it will be very good of you to start learning the business part of the job, so that whilst you invest in AI and all that, you are making sure that you are getting something out of the money you're investing. You're not just investing for fun's sake. Like, I mean, if you are learning and you don't have a business proper yet, I suggest you use the free versions for now, right? It will really be good for you instead of investing money and not seeing. It can be frustrating when you invest a lot of money, but you are not seeing instant result, or you're not getting any value for your money. So yeah, that is that on. It's just by the way. So what I'm doing is that I'm just trying to add a little bit effects to my background before I actually use it. Well, these days I have this one. You're seeing all my tricks, so I mean, you're not supposed to see, but it's just part of the business. So what I'm doing is I just want to make room for my text. I won't add anything giddy giddy, just so that we don't spend much time, right? I'm just trying to make that part of it very dark so that it can handle the kind of information I want to put here. All right. All right. So, hey, what did we say the theme is? Prophetic encounter. Yes, yes, yes. I would like to write. Let me tell you a secret. So, I said you get a lot of things I'm not supposed to share, but you are getting it. One of the things I do, I don't. This one is personal. I know I've been following your things you've been learning on the platform. I know, my brother has spent a lot of time teaching you a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of you doing the designs and doing well in the design. But I'll just add a few of my personal whatever experience or whatever. Take anything you want to call it, just call it. Uh, I like to play with text, images and text. If I'm able to get something out of these two, images and text, the rest, I mean, not that I don't care, but I don't pay attention that much, right? So these are something I would just prophetic. Recently, somebody asked me about backgrounds, how to achieve proper backgrounds. It's like the person has finished the design and needs a background to fit the design. But I realized that everybody has their own approach to how they do their designs, right? For instance, I am doing the background first before I add my foreground. My foreground, which is the text, excuse me, and the other things. So I had this thing in mind, but it looks like it will not work, right? So quickly, I don't mind changing everything. That is how I do my designs. I'm not. Nobody has forced me to stick to one style, right? If I have an idea, I work and I see that it will not work for the other element I want to put, I'll quickly change it. I mean, just as I said, nobody has forced me to do anything. So dates 2020. Let's just I mean, I know Kessie. Kessie is here. He's really good with flyers. He's really, he's really good. I feel intimidated designing in front of you guys, especially when Kessie is among you. I feel very intimidated, but okay. All right. So let's pick a color from the top here, yes. Or even here, let it be a bit lighter so that the design feels together. Same color, same, yeah, everything. So, I mean, even if I don't finish this, you guys get the gist of using the image AI to generate a proper image to suit whatever design you have in mind, right? It's not an overnight thing, right? Maybe you might see me doing it in this 1 hour that we've spent, but it's not an overnight thing. You will need to do it, practice, get it perfected before, not really perfect, but once you keep doing it, you get better at it. You don't need to force yourself and beat yourself if you don't get it in 1 day, right? So that is it. If there's any more question, I would like to take it. Then we close from here. I mean, this part is just. I have an offer for you. Who will be willing to hear my offer? I have a very nice offer for all of you here. I have a very nice offer for all of you here. I don't want to go on with my design to take us too long. Before we spend 1 hour 20 minutes. I would like to have an offer for you. So let me hear from you guys. Who is excited for it? Basically, I think I spoke with Eddie that I would prefer to work with one of you. One of you specifically, we are streaming this on YouTube, but I'm addressing those who are specifically in the training officially. And so, all those of us who are in the live session on WhatsApp and all the other places, we are looking out to get one person to work on a project. It might be permanent, it might be temporal. For that information, you'll get to know later. But that is one of the exciting news I'm happy to share with you. So once the class is over by next week, I think that information will be properly clarified and then communicated. But now this is just a gist of it. So I don't want to go ahead of myself. And then another thing is that in my introduction, I mentioned that I'm a church media expert and all that. I call myself an expert because I've helped a lot of churches with organizing their media, right? From their social media, videography, photography, graphic design, live stream, and sometimes sound for those who need it. And so if anybody of you need my services, you can get me through Eddie, or I would my social media, you can just search my name as you are seeing, Daniel Alorbu, on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, anywhere you can think of, anywhere you play your games. When you search my name, you will see anything about me. You can just link up there and then we can talk about it. This is a shameless plug, but I need to do it, right? I also do consultation for young businesses who need to grow through design. Some people are into business, they have zero idea about the direction of their design and all that. Aside the fact that I can design for them, I can also consult for them for free. Sometimes not for free. The free just came out of nowhere. I can consult for them, help grow their business with strategic designs, right? Not just any kind of design. As I said, some it's not any serious business that will just push it. Sorry, that will just put things out there with AI. You can't just can you imagine EcoBank posting a billboard and it's fully done by AI? I mean, it's not legit, right? It doesn't speak good of. So only serious businesses would properly do proper design, right? Not just AI designs out there. So if you're interested in growing your business with strategy designs, proper advice on design, branding, and all that, you can also hit me up on social media. And yeah, I think I'm good. Another last thing, YouTube content creation. If you are interested in YouTube content creation, I've helped lots of students. I don't call them students, I call them partners or my team members. I've helped a lot of them started YouTube channels on different aspects, different niches, and monetized in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, trying to be exact with the countries. Sierra Leone, there is Sierra Leone, there's Togo. How can I forget Togo? So I've helped people across our continent do YouTube and monetize. If you're interested in that too, you can hit me up on all my social media platforms. As I've said, this is a shameless plug. So if you need any of these services, you can hit me up. And I think we are good to go. If there's no more questions, yeah. If there's no more questions, we are good to go. Eddie, can you come in and then let's see how we can finish this off? I'm so excited speaking to you guys because I've seen most of your works on the platform and it's amazing how you've come just from the one till now, when even the class is not over. So yeah, I'm excited to speak to all of you. Thank you for listening to me. My yapping, I know I talk too fast. But forgive me, and then I'll see you another time.
Wow. I'm so much impressed. Somebody is saying, I'm interested in the YouTube content creation as well. Yeah, so I'll share more details on the platform. Yeah, so most of the time, many of us, we are, we don't pay attention on the class. I mean, I can say for over the years, all the classes that I've worked on, this cohort is the most, serious class. And so please, yes, I've seen all your comments. Yeah, I've seen your comment. Thank you for your quality time. So together with we the students on Eddie's Graphics Academy, we say thank you so much for spending time with us. We are so much happy. You've shared a lot with us. I mean, something that you spent over 10 years and above to achieve or to do. You've used about 1 hour 30 minutes, almost barely 1 hour 25 minutes to share all this knowledge with us. And I believe that whatever that he has shared with us, we'll be able to put them into practice. And I believe that it will make an effect and impact in our lives, and especially our graphic design journey. Okay, so whatever that we are learning, please take it serious. And also, you can go back and watch the video again. This video is not edited, this is raw. Okay, so you can come back and watch it at any given time. Thank you so much and have a wonderful good night. Bye.